Social housing program has done very well. We're over 310 houses under the social housing program. We have about another 80 or so in construction or in other phases procurement. Yes. So all of the houses stood up very well. I believe there are 2 houses which were flooded, but those were really flooded, high with the water all the way up to the roof of the house.
Wow.
Yes. But they're still standing, still strong. Yeah. So it's a really good program that's done well.
Yeah.
However, we're going to recraft the new social housing program. All the houses that we have approved to be built, we will build them. But going forward, we will have to recraft how the program works. Because right around you, look at your neighbor. And just on this road, almost all the houses are damaged. So we're going to restructure the program to look at doing rapidly deployed building solutions.
So you're seeing the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, handing over another unit to a happy citizen. So he's been doing this for a couple of years now. Over 300 now have been handed over. I've done about 2 or 3 videos telling you how you're able to apply for the new social housing program and the documents that you need if you want to. If you still need information, you can go on the new social housing program site and you can get information there, or you can look back on my videos. You need your documents to apply for the new social housing program, TRN, birth certificate, land title. If you don't have a land title, if you don't own the land, then you're going to need a letter from the landowner before they're able to build on the land. So we're seeing the Prime Minister hand over this unit. It's a lovely unit. Looks very nice. And as you know, it's built with blocks. The Prime Minister has been hinting for a while now that he wants to go over to container homes because more people would benefit. He would be able to deliver more units. Of course, it would cost less and the time frame as well. So they're able to deliver more that way. So there was a big outcry. You remember the outcry that, you're not living in a container home. Why you want to put Jamaicans in container homes? And then he backed off. You never heard anything more about it. And he mentioned that he'll be doing prefab modular homes. So those are the ones that are built in the factory and it is taken to the location and then it is set up within 2-3 days the most. And now I think he's backed off prefab homes and now he's going fully into container homes. So now I think the atmosphere, what's going on, people are desperate. So I think they're able to do the container homes now because people don't have homes to live in. So they have no choice. They have to go into the container homes, right? If the government is saying they will be handing out container homes, then unless they can purchase their own, then they would have to use it. You had somebody from the medical field came out and say they're not safe to live in, so everybody backed off. They're now running back to the container homes. So the only thing I see, some of the units, they don't have kitchens. All the units, I'm not seeing kitchens in those units. So I'm wondering what happened then. Because that means if it rains, you have to go outside to cook. So, for families, I'm hoping and praying that the families would not get those 20-foot containers. That's just a room and a tiny space in there. Not even a room, a half a room and a bathroom. So, if you have one person, that's perfect for one person. But if it's a family, I don't think it's right to do that. What do you think? Do you think he should go back to block and steel? Because we're always faced with natural disasters. Or should he continue on the path that he's going to? Because he said there's 70 more in construction. But once those 70 are handed over, he won't be going back to block and steel. Let me know what you think. And I saw Mr. Desmond McKenzie, a member of parliament. He was at one of those container companies. From what the owner posted, that he was purchasing some units. I believe they're 3-bedroom units. And average for 3-bedroom units would be anywhere from 3 to 4 million. So if you multiply that by 3, you're looking at about 12 million average. Could be a little bit under, right? If you took that 12 million and purchased some block steel, because you see starter pack under $500,000, around 475 for a starter pack, which gives you 1,000 blocks and a whole lot of stuff. If you gave a starter pack or even buy 2 starter packs, 12 families would have been blessed, because the starter packs, they come with 1,000 blocks. They have nails, 2x4s, they have steel. I think it's 2 different set of steels. I have a whole list of things that the starter pack would come with. So you're getting blocks, steel, wood, nails, and all of that with the starter pack. If you bought, say, 2 starter packs, that should be able to get you a small home to bless 12 families. Citizen who knows about constructions, they would come out and they would help. So 12 families would have been blessed with that money. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section, instead of 3 families. And if you went with the wood home from Food for the Poor, forget about the name of the organization, because they have some solid homes, and they're pretty spacious inside, and they have both kitchen and bathroom, and they're coming with a loft. So that's an extra sleeping area upstairs. It's a small space for a bed or a computer and a desk or a sitting area. But most likely someone will be able to sleep upstairs, like if you have kids and so on. And you have the space downstairs, you can part it off and put a sleeping area, and then a part for maybe a little sitting area. And you can add, as you go, they can add another room or 2, and it's going to end up into a big house. If they want to block it up after, then they're able to go ahead and block it up. But it's not normal wood. It's high quality wood, high quality zinc, and they don't use nails. They use screws and so on. They use the best of everything, and it's high quality workmanship. None of these homes were affected in Beryl. We're yet to hear if there's any problems for Melissa's hurricane. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm just doing the math and saying so many more families could have been blessed. But, let's see what happens. I'm just thinking of the numbers, not taking anything away from the families who are expecting those units. But I'm just saying, because of the need is great. So if we can spend the money more wisely, right? Then the other option is to actually purchase prefab materials. So you have prefab materials that can go up in 2-3 days, and they're lower cost than the blocks. And again, you can rely or call upon the community, meaning just send out a message across the country, whoever could come and help to build these homes, right? So the prefab would be even cheaper than the block and steel, because the prefab, I'm thinking it would be half the price of the block and steel, right? And then you come down even further to bless more families with wood. Know what you think in the comment section. Do you agree with the Prime Minister switching from block and steel to containerized homes for the new social housing program? And also, what do you think of Mr. McKenzie purchasing 3 container units to bless, I am thinking, 3 families? I don't know who they're going to, but I'm just saying, if it's for 3 families, if you split the money, it could be blessing way more. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you for joining me on this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Take care of yourself and others. Bye for now. See you on the next video.